The silence is quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains, and I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
Good afternoon. You're tuned into Ability Matters, the program that covers matters to do with abilities, disabilities and everything in between. We are one of the longest running disability-related shows in the world, starting as Headway on air all the way back in 2007 and now brought to you by My Home Living Care, an NDIS registered disability support organisation.
Yes, thank you very much, Sean. I'm, of course, your host, Tony Scott, and with me, as per usual, is my co-host, Beck. How are you, Beck?
Hi, how's everyone going? I'm Beck and I'm from Flagstaff, so I'll hand it back to you, Tony, and then we'll get into some wonderful chats with our guest in the studio.
Lovely. Well, considering you're from Flagstaff, would you like to introduce our guest today?
Yes, we're lucky to have the CEO from Flagstaff, Rod, tongue-tied.
Start again.
Rod in the studio with us today. How are you today, Rod?
Good, thanks, Beck. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem.
Oh, yes. And, of course, I'd like to thank Tim for the past 2 hours of his lovely show, Through the Past Darkly. I love how you come up with that name, Tim. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. And, yes, and now we're back to Ability Matters on the air, isn't it? Yes.
Yes, we are on the air. I hope so.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure. We've got the little red light, so, yeah, on the air.
On the air.
Good stuff.
So I think we'll jump straight into some music for this morning, Tony, and then we'll come back and have a chat with Rod.
Well, I think maybe the first thing I should do is touch on the weather, because if you look outside, it's looking semi-overcast, even though it's certainly got the humidity about it, so it's very hot, so hot and humid. But officially we have the Wollongong for Tuesday, partly cloudy, even though it's looking pretty cloudy outside. But yeah, partly cloudy, overcast, high chance of showers, most likely during this afternoon, however. Chance of thunderstorm as well. Don't know when that's going to fit in, but yeah, take your pick with it, I guess. And we've got light winds as well, becoming northerly, 15 to 20 kilometres an hour in the morning, even though morning's gone now. And yeah, becoming light later this afternoon and evening. So yeah, we're looking forward to light wind today from now on. Also, we have the chance of rain, even though it's higher before, only 40% officially in numbers. And that amount of rain is supposed to be between 1 and 5 millimetres. The fire danger rating is no danger, and we do have a higher UV index, however, extreme UV index. There we go. So slip, slop and slap and all that kind of thing out when you go outside down the beach, and yeah, go for it. Anyway, I'll start off today's show with Thompson Twins, Hold Me Now from 1984. Yeah. New York! Yes, that was just... Let me remind myself, that was just Billy Idol, of course. My memories are getting bad these days, isn't it?
Hot in the City.
Hot in the City from 1982.
Sorry, I'm an 80s freak, I know it all.
Okay, well, there you go. Well, yeah, 80s, a great era for music. Well, especially that sort of as long as it's not that, I suppose even it all fits in, but yeah, I don't want to get too...
Not the late 80s, that's when it started to get a bit weird.
What, late 80s, more the
That's when all the
stuff?
Dance and trance stuff started to come in, and it was a bit funky.
A bit about a thing. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's just get back into the interview, shall we? The important stuff. Go for it.
Thank you very much for that, Tony, and I love the selection. Great songs.
Wait, there's more coming along.
Okay, so I'll get straight into the questions with you this morning, Rod, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, definitely.
No worries. I'm just wondering, could you please explain what International Day of People with a Disability is, considering it's the actual day today?
Okay, well, International Day of People with Disabilities is the United Nations Observe Day, and as you said, it's held every year, December 3rd, and it's recognised across the world. And what the aim of the day is to increase public awareness, understanding and acceptance of people with a disability in our society. As an integrated employer, Flagstaff, we always celebrate International Day of People with a Disability to acknowledge the contribution of people of all abilities and what they bring to our community.
Oh, cool. Actually, I can vouch for that. We did have a lovely morning tea this morning for all of our employees. They got to have some snacks, and they actually also got a free annual shirt that you'd like to give out as well, and they were extremely happy with both the shirt and the food.
Yeah, as always, I think our shirts are very popular, and it's one of our values of celebrate. Getting towards the end of the year, we like to give all our employees a shirt, as well as celebrate the day with a morning tea.
Oh, yeah, it's very good.
An item to hold for them to hold on to with, yeah? Something to attach to that day, that T-shirt, Flagstaff, yeah. I remember that with each day, yes.
Yeah, and each year we have a different theme for the T-shirt. So this year it's about communication. It's a really nice shirt, and it's got all saying hello in all different languages, because it's all about greeting and it's all about making people feel welcome.
And I did overhear that it's the thumbprint of around circular motion on the shirt, like a thumbprint.
Yes.
And that is to signify the individual and the person, which is the centre of everything that Flagstaff does.
100%.
I was just wondering how you could get. I was just thinking how you could say. I can imagine you would have different words, different languages. How you could say hello, but how do you say hello in sign language?
So basically, the way it is signed, and there's different ways in sign language as well. So you got Auslan, you got international.
Yes.
As well, so and a lot of people that have a a hearing impairment,
yes,
they'll be able to show you. So don't be afraid to ask either.
I can just imagine the big good old thumbs up. That's universal, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Good stuff.
And the other one is middle finger.
Yeah.
That's opposite of hello.
Yeah, that's kind of like the wrong message we're supposed to
go away.
Not for this.
Not
for this day in celebration.
No, it's a great day. And there's lots of different activities that both Wollongong Council and Shell Harbour Council have organised with lots of different people. They've got a calendar that you can jump onto their website, and they also will have a list of different things that are happening all over the Illawarra to celebrate the day. So it's not just for people with a disability, it's for everyone. So if you'd like to get in there and mingle together.
So you heard that, listeners? Get out your diary for next year and mark December 3rd for next year.
That's a good
opportunity. Today. Get out there today. That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a good opportunity as well to reflect, and it brings awareness to everybody of all abilities in our community. I can 100% guarantee that every one of us knows somebody or is themselves a person that is living with a disability, and it's also a good opportunity to be celebrating the abilities that people bring along and have as well.
And I also bring up a topic that I talked about last week. Would just like to remind most people, because I don't think they think about it very often.
What's that?
We all have a temporary disability at one time or another because we have an injury, something's happening, we go through a condition that it might not be a lasting one, but while that period is occurring, we're not in the same state that we usually are.
So what you're trying to say is, Beck, that everyone out there, we've all experienced some form of disability, even though it may be temporary, but we've all travelled in the same boat, so to speak. Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. So just think of those days when you weren't at your best and you couldn't do what you wanted to do. That's something that people living with a disability
experience every day.
All the time, every day. So I suppose it's an opportunity to be grateful and recognise the things that we can do, and also...
I think there's also a large percentage of our population that are living with a hidden disability as well.
Wow.
And it's really important to understand is you don't have to see the person's disability. And I think if we can actually work all together to build an inclusive society, it's a step in the right direction.
So true, true.
I'm glad you brought up the whole concept of hidden disability, because I know I suffer from one of those, yes. The brain injury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. because I can still walk and talk and everything like that. I'm pretty able-bodied. There's little things that you'll notice if you come to know me sort of thing that, yes, there are certain little imperfections that kind of highlight the fact that I'm not 100% upstairs. Yeah, hidden. That's right, yes.
I prefer to say intricacies.
That'll work, yes, too.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's very nice. All right,
Yes.
down, actually.
So I'd just like to go on from what you just mentioned before about integrated employment at Flagstaff, Rod. Could you please tell us a bit more?
Yeah, well, I guess to talk about where we're heading as an integrated employer, it's important to look about where we came from. So 58 years ago, Flagstaff, was providing employment support with disability, and it was started by family members who wanted their loved ones to have an opportunity to engage in employment. And then we evolved and we became a disability enterprise, and we were known for providing supported employment for people who were living with a disability. But now we're really proud that we're continuing to evolve to be known as an integrated employer. And what that means is that we're knocking down those silos between supported employment and open employment. And if you want to work and you want to advance your career and you want to be able to have control of that with choice and control, well, we're there to support you. And you don't have to make a decision of whether, for example, if you want to work at Flagstaff and if you want to advance your career as an integrated employer, we can help you advance your career at Flagstaff, or if you want to work for another business or another organisation, we can support you achieve those goals as well.
And do you have the contact details of Flagstaff right now handy?
Yeah, always have them on me. Of course, we've got our phone number, which is 42720222. But we also have an email address, which is hello@flagstaffgroup.com.au.
So that Flagstaff Group is all one word, yes?
Yeah, Flagstaff Group, it's all one word.
.com.au.
.com.au. But if you Google or if you use a search engine and if you just put Flagstaff Group in there, you should be able to get our contact details straight away.
Beautiful. Gotta love Google, eh? It makes it a whole lot easier. Okay, so I think it's time we get back into a couple of songs then, shall we? I've got here some Cold Chisel with Flame Trees lined up from 1984. Then we'll go into some Diesel after that and we'll see where we go after that. Nice. You're listening to Ability Matters on 106.9 VOX FM. Yes, and that last song we just heard was Diesel with Cry and Shame from 1989. So that was just an 80s double I just played for you. Wow, I didn't realise when I was putting it together.
Did it as well. And the first lot was 80s as well.
Wow,
you've done well.
80s morning so far. Wow.
Woohoo!
This is just, I'm putting the songs together and wow, okay, yeah. They sound good together.
It's making Beck happy.
Wow. I didn't do it primarily. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Good music all the way. Now, what are we up to next? Next question, I should say.
We're going to keep going.
The interview with Rod from Flagstaff, yes?
Yes, Rod from Flagstaff.
For those of you who just tuned in, there we go.
So we mentioned the integrated employment just before the break of music there, and I was just wondering, does this tie in with your new Access to Work project?
Well, that's a good question. I think it ties in perfectly where our Access to Work program is actually designed to support people to advance their career, and there's for a lot of people that are currently engaging in supported employment, it's going to give them the support to be able to advance their career and to look for opportunities, whether that's with another organisation or actually achieve open employment like work with Flagstaff as well. We're exploring lots of tools. We're using AI, we're using technology. We're also working with a lot of different businesses and organisations, but we're also getting support from a lot of the universities in Australia as well.
AI, as in artificial intelligence?
Yes, artificial intelligence.
Getting the machines and computers to do work with you, not for you, yes?
100%.
Exactly. Good stuff.
Instead of having somebody by your side to provide support, you can have, while you're at work, for example, we've got our drivers. And at times they're going to have some, questions, and they're going to need some support when they're in a situation where instead of having to call back and speak to, someone for support, they could have a app on their phone, and they could just ask that question, and the artificial intelligence will be able to provide them the information that's required.
So every day, the new saying these days, there's an app for that. These days, wow, everything's an app for that, yeah.
100% correct. 100% correct.
Lovely.
But the goal is for anyone to be able to get the support that they deserve to achieve their career goals.
Lovely.
Excellent. I also, there's also We Belong as well. What are the aims of this project?
I'm glad you asked that one. I'd like to acknowledge your involvement in that program because I think... We
Belong. Okay, I thought you said We Belong.
No,
We Belong.
We Belong.
We Belong, okay.
And it's co-designed by people of all abilities, and it's to encourage inclusion in social and community settings. And by achieving that, we can champion those with lived experience and amplify their voices. Flagstaff, we're always empowering participants and organisations to connect, but also we're going to promote welcoming techniques, resources and tools for acceptance to mainstream groups. You know, we want to knock down those silos. We want to make sure that groups and activities like I saw the other night, the guys were going to do some boxing classes.
Yes.
And
iBox Fitness in Warilla.
iBox Fitness in whereabouts?
Warilla.
Warilla?
It's been rezoned Barrack Heights.
Has it?
Yeah. I tried to ring the taxi and book it, and she said, "Are you sure that sounds in Barrack Heights?" So.
Well, that's a perfect example as into how we're going to be able to provide options to break down barriers, but also fostering that participation for people of all abilities in our community.
Yeah, no, it's actually a really interesting one where they get to go in on a session with everyone else and they can do stuff together or they
integrate, yes.
Yeah, or they can do stuff on their own. It's entirely up to them how they want to do that, and they can sculpt their own relationships, have a chat with people and share some information or maybe some personal stories or traumas or things that they might be going through at the moment. So I think it's great.
The biggest thing that I'm proud of with that program is about the co-design element. There's always talk about, how we need to improve, and I like the fact that I've had no involvement as in with the development of it, as in it's all been from people of all abilities, as in saying this is what we want from this program and this is what we want to achieve, and actually seeing that being put into practice and now them individuals achieving that from this program, I think it's fantastic.
It's wonderful. Not only do they get to do group activities, I work with them and make sure that they will have a certain dream or aspiration that they'd like to achieve. I'll find out a way that we can get that happening.
Fantastic.
Good work. Okay, well, I'm just going to get into some Stevie Wonder. Yes, that was just The Real Thing, a band from England with the song You To Me Are Everything from the year 1976. But before that, as I said, I played you some Stevie Wonder, and it was Stevie Wonder with Part-Time Lover from 1985. I've been playing a fair bit of stuff from the 80s this morning without even realising it. So, yeah, I try to mix it up at the other end, but, yeah. Oh, well. Sorry for
all good. I don't mind.
Well, that's not a problem, but, yeah.
Okay, so we'll go back into it.
Yeah, sure.
For those that are just tuning in, we are talking with Rod at Flagstaff. He is the CEO.
This is my co-host Beck talking with Rod, the CEO from Flagstaff. Go for it, guys. Thank you.
Okay, so I know that we did touch on it briefly before, but a little bit of a twist. But so how can people get involved and obviously contact Flagstaff?
Yeah, well, best way is give us a phone call, I suppose, and they can call us on 42720222, or they could send us an email, and our email address is hello@flagstaffgroup.com.au.
So people out there, pen and paper handy, we'll just repeat that for you, okay? The phone number for Flagstaff and Rod is 42720222. That's 22. Now the email address was hello@flagstaffgroup.com.au.
If you jump on the internet, we've got a contact us tab on our website as well. If someone just wants to send us a message through there, I'm pretty sure someone will get back to you very quickly.
Is that like a chat program or something?
Yeah.
A chat service?
Yeah. You can either go through and ask some questions through the chat, or you can just send a message, and that message will go to a real person, not an AI device, and someone will get back to you within 24 hours.
AI is becoming a big thing these days, especially.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we should be becoming scared like from back to the days of Terminator and everything, but that's the first thing that pops into my head. But yeah.
Oh, you never know. He's just going to have to wait and see.
I guess we will.
So I suppose my last question for you, Rod, is did you have a message for our listeners out there? Because I know we've got a lot of different people tuning in, and I was even thinking in the sense of for some of our older listeners about fine foods or the different things that Flagstaff does offer. There's not just a age limit to what you guys do. There's something for everyone. So,
oh wow, I wonder how long I've got. But I guess what we do is, our purpose is providing life skills and work for people with disability. But you look at the three things that are important to you. One, the opportunity to have a job, so we can provide all those supports. The second one is to be able to live a full and inclusive life. So if that means that, you need some help with some meals, we can provide you some meals. We can deliver those meals to you. If you need some gardening done so that you can stay at home longer and that there's no reason why you can't stay in your own home, we can provide gardening services. We can provide some domestic cleaning supports for you as well, and as well as those meals. And the other thing as well is if you want to be able to go out with friends and make new friends, we can support that as well. We have a club called the Supper Club, where people go out on a Friday or Saturday night and they engage and have friends and do some activities. And this started just short of 10 years ago, where we had a small number, and we now have over 500 people attending these clubs across the Illawarra, Wollongong, Shell Harbour, Shoalhaven, Nowra, and also in Sydney Southwest. And the good thing is people are making their own friends, and they're making the decisions about what they want to do and where they want to go.
Oh, quick question, sorry. This supper club you were just talking about, do you have to be a Flagstaff client to join the supper club, or can it just be anyone tag along sort of thing?
It's open to anyone that is receiving NDIS support.
Oh, so NDIS is the part you need, yes.
Yeah, so the NDIS funding will provide the funding for the appropriate support. But the important thing is some people might join in and attend the supper club for a short period of time, but through the friends they make, they're then being able to go out themselves with minimal support with their friends. We like to use the local clubs and restaurants so that people learn and experience being able to go to these clubs and restaurants and then be able to feel comfortable to do that by themselves or with minimal support.
I may have caught you off guard here, but is there like a website or a number that you can call to get this sub-club thing, or is that actually the Flagstaff number?
You can go through the Flagstaff number, but also if you go to our website, and there's a list of all our different programs and social clubs that we provide. And if you just click on there, and someone will be able to come back to you within 24 hours to provide you the information about how to put your name down to join. I
know we have your email. Now, what's the website? Is that something Flagstaff related to?
Yep, so the website is just flagstaffgroup.com.au, and it's very easy, and I tried it myself because I like to make sure that our sites are accessible. If you just put Flagstaff Group into the search engine, and it'll come up, and you'll be able to navigate and be able to find all the information that you like.
Yes, it is pretty easy to get around in. I've had to look on there a few times myself.
Yeah, and we're always looking for ways
to incorporate more members. Yes.
And make sure that everyone gets the opportunity to be involved.
Yes.
And as Beck touched on before, is you may not have an impairment or a disability right now. However, as we do get older, we will require different supports, and there's different options that Flagstaff can provide so that you can stay at home longer as well. As I said, like the gardening, or if there's lawn mowing, or even getting meals delivered that are nutritious and that are just like the ones that you used to cook at home yourself, so that you can have those decisions of staying at home longer.
Wonderful.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming on and having a chat with us today, Rod.
My pleasure.
I'd like to also mention, for those that didn't hear at the start, today is International Day of People with a Disability. There are activities through Wollongong or Shell Harbour Council, so you can either give them a call. If you're able to jump on the website, they are able to navigate you to different activities.
You mean the website I just mentioned, Flagstaff?
No, this is Wollongong Council or
Council,
Shell Harbour Council.
Yes.
They have a whole list of different things happening for the whole month, I think, for different activities that you may be able to get involved in. You don't need to have a disability if you're interested in getting along and finding out more.
They'll find a way to get you involved, yes.
And I think it's important to remember that the day is to bring understanding, acceptance, as well as awareness of all the people of all abilities that are in our society, and we should be all working towards building a fully inclusive society.
Because we're aiming for complete integration, aren't we?
100%.
That's the one, yes.
Yes, and I think it would be wonderful to wake up one day and it doesn't really matter. We all have something at some point, and we just need to be mindful that someone else out there has got something maybe a little bit different to you, but it's also something that you can learn from. So don't be scared of it. Just get in there and find out some more.
Give it a go. Okay, well, next up I got... we all know this one. We all know Michael Jackson. Well, this one is way before he came just Michael Jackson. This is the Jackson 5 with the well-known classic ABC from 1970. From the album also ABC. Get cheating, guys. And that was just Ray Charles with Mess Around from 1957. But that came to my attention the other day when I watched the movie Ray, released in 2004. It was on the soundtrack, so... yeah, great song there. One little tune.
Awesome. I'd just like to say again, thank you to Rod for taking time out of his day to come and have a chat with us. I hope you had a great time.
I had a fantastic time. Thanks for the invite.
Certainly divulged some intricate information there. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And we probably will get you back in another 6 months or so and have another little chat, because I know you've always got some wonderful things happening at Flagstaff.
I'll look forward to that.